Welcome to the Recon Trader. In today's video, I will share with you some of my tactical analysis on Bitcoin, and we'll take a look at whether or not Bitcoin is actually in danger of a big sell-off, or is it just getting ready to pump to all-time new highs. So with that being said, let's get into the weeds and take a look at the charts. And we will start over here on the weekly chart for Bitcoin. And right now, what we're looking at is a whole lot of indecision. These three candles basically represent indecision, and the bulls and the bears can't seem to make up their mind what way this price action is actually going to go. Are we going to break down, or are we going to explode up? And so the levels I'm really keeping an eye on are, first of all, 60,000. We are getting real close to the bears breaking down below 60,000. If they do that, the next level I would look at would be the 786 on the Fibonacci retracement, and that would put us at around 57,000, where we did kind of come into back on this candle. However, we did get the bounce almost immediately right back up. But if the bears can push this price action below 60,000, I will get short. And currently, I'm getting short or long on most of my crypto trades on the OKX exchange. I will leave a link for OKX in the description down below. And if you use my link, I think you get a 10% kickback on the fees that you actually pay. Now, if I do get short, then that first profit target I'd be looking at is around 57,000. However, I would not take full profit at that level. I'd probably take about half of my position off, and then I'd wait and see if the bears could continue to push this price down. And if they do, then we're looking back somewhere around 55,000, and that is probably where I would take the remainder of my profit at that time. However, if we start moving down towards 55,000, this price could roll right over to the 618 level, which is this orange level you see here, and that's right around 51,000. A breach of that, and we could be headed right back down to the 28,000 level. On the flip side, if the bulls are able to actually push this price back up above 64,000 and get perhaps a close above the 64,000 level, then I could be looking to go long, and my first profit target on that level would be up here at the 1.272 level, and that's right around 75,000. That is where I would expect Bitcoin to go if we see any bullish momentum. However, right now, it's looking pretty bearish on the weekly chart to me when I look at these last three candles. Obviously, the trend is still bullish overall, and perhaps this is just consolidation before the explosion up. However, you do want to proceed with extreme caution because this can just as easily explode down. Now, if we jump over here to the daily chart on Bitcoin, in the past couple videos, we were actually watching this chart and we were looking for a bounce out of the EMA ribbons, which we did get. And I made a video noting that now we were looking for the price to push up. And in reality, it kind of rolled over on us, got a little bit of a bump, and then it's rolling over again. So I'm not sure if we're not just looking at a dead cat bounce here and we're going to just roll all the way back over down into this 41,000 level. Again, we would be looking for some support around the 56,000 level within the ribbons, and then maybe another bounce out. And the reason we were looking for that bounce out of the ribbons, if we go back and check our 6 back here, you can see when we got back above the EMA ribbons after selling off to the 30,000 level, we did come back and test the ribbons only to get a nice bounce up. And we did that on several occasions before rolling over back into the $40,000 level. But again, once we got above the ribbons, we got a really big push up. I am pretty disappointed in the bulls as far as this bounce out of the ribbons. It lacks any strength whatsoever, and this movement sideways could be an indication we're about to roll back over again, and this is just going to be essentially a dead cat bounce after our all-time new high. And so I will continue to watch the radar screen for the daily chart for Bitcoin. And if we sell off down below the EMA ribbons, again, for me, that's a get short period. If we look back here, I did a video when the candle closed below the ribbons on getting short, and I was able to capture a nice profit on this move down. Now, on the flip side, if we come back into these ribbons and start to bounce out, that certainly would be an opportunity to go long. And perhaps then we could see a move up above the all-time high of 67,000 and again approach that 74 to 75,000 price level. But in order to achieve that, we are going to need to see the bulls come with quite a bit more volume. And if we take a step back to the 4-hour chart, you can see Bitcoin is kind of trading in between the 64,000 and the 60,000 range. And this zone would definitely be worth watching. A breakdown would be a short opportunity, or a break above that 64,000 level again is going to be a go long opportunities. And so more than likely I'll actually be executing my long or short trade on Bitcoin based on a breach of either the 64,000 level with a close above. And you can see we got to close just above the 64,000 level, but the fact it only closed by $18 above that, you would want to wait for some more confirmation, and almost immediately this price rolled over on us. And so I would say the next move up above is going to need a more substantial close above the 64,000 level for me to go long. Now on the flip side, what it's looking like is more than likely we could break down through this 60,000 level. The more often we test a level, the more likely we are to break down through that level. So I am keeping a close eye on getting short on Bitcoin if we break this $60,000 level. And my first target for profit would be around that 56 to 55,000 level. And from there, I would just kind of monitor the volume and the price action to see if it looked like we were going to go lower, or if I just go ahead and close out my position and capture that profit. It would be a pretty nice trade with a little bit of leverage. I could be looking at somewhere between 40 to 70% profit on a very low risk trade, because I would put my stop loss just above the 60,000 level. And so I think that pretty much wraps it up. I just wanted to do a real quick video on the Bitcoin price action. It's looking pretty weak to me at the moment. I think if this current momentum continues, we're looking at a move towards the downside, again with a target around 56, 55,000. However, if the bulls do eventually step up, we could be pushing back up towards all-time new highs. So with that being said, you might want to shoot that subscribe button, as I will continue to update these charts for you. If you like this video, do me a favor, spike a like. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop those down in the comment section down below. I will drop a link to OKX, which is the exchange I use to go long or short on Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. And I think that's enough jaw jacking, so remember, never send your money into battle without first doing your recon. See you in the next video.